January 1st, 2021. Had a rough couple of years. Year and a half ago, broke both my legs. That was a big surprise. I dealt with it pretty well, I think. I dealt with the pain well, and I was polite with people and not grumpy, and I lucked out that a lot of people helped me out by paying for things I couldn't pay for. And things are, a little harsh in this society, so probably just would have died. And so that's really lucky, actually. I have a lot of gratitude for that. I'm not a guy who goes around faking gratitude a lot. I'm not a happy talker, but when I got somebody grateful for, I'm grateful, and I certainly am for that. Do we have to accept the past? Well, I guess in a sense we have to accept the past because there is nothing we can do to change it. It already happened. And unless you got a time travel machine, I don't think we can do much about it. Of course, we can change how we interpret the past. We can change how we perceive it. Maybe. At least emotionally, like we can train ourselves to what parts of the past we decide are going to dictate our future. So, in a sense, acceptance we have to do, but that doesn't mean that we have to let the past completely control us. Of course, what was creates what will be. And so all of the forces that existed outside of you, inside of you, the state of the universe and the vector of every action within it is going to continue to be the predominant force, creating the next things that occur to you. Kind of like a conservation of reality. Most things will continue being the way that they were. They'll continue working in that direction. The one thing that we think we can change is ourselves. We think we have free will, right? Now, there's the determinism versus free will question, but I don't even get involved in that because we think we have free will, therefore we're going to act like we do, right? If I do a horrible thing to you, then you're going to hold me responsible for that, and you're going to act like I had the ability to affect that. Now, of course, I'm just acting, in the context I'm in. I'm just doing almost, in a sense, what I have to do based on who I am. But we still think, we believe that that there isn't a world that exists outside of us. I guess there's a philosophy called solipsism or something, where you think you're the only thing that exists in the universe, and I just don't see evidence in my world, at least, to indicate that's the case. I believe you exist. I believe I exist, and that our perceptions of some other world that we are in, that we are part of, that those are mostly consistent. And so, I don't need to go thinking about, the universe is a simulation or anything really all that weird. I think things are mostly what they look like. Of course, they look like different things. We can get better or worse at figuring out what those things are. So back to the past again. I think it's very difficult for us to break out of the patterns we are in. I am a lucky and apparently hardworking guy to set myself up in a style of life where I'm not directly affected by a lot of other things. And I've also removed myself from some very evil systems that create bad things. I've removed myself as being a part of creating those. To some degree, it's imperfect. So, it's New Year's Day, 2021. And so I think about new beginnings and new ways of being and how I can put into action choices and habits that will change or improve my life. That there is hope for this year after a very difficult 2020 for a lot of people. But in order to break the patterns that I've had in the past, my own role in creating the world as it is, I have to be fairly brave, and I have to, in a sense, fight against myself and do things in ways I didn't do them before. And that's going to disrupt some people. I will say things, I have to say things that will be unpopular, and I have to even, in a sense, destroy myself to create a new me. You can probably look at your own life and have lists of what kind of person you'd like to be and what kind of person you are, and then struggle to go in the direction you want to go in. You have that power. I know sometimes it feels like we're powerless. It's easy to do, and occasionally it's tempting to even wallow in that and say, well, I can't do things, and I'm some kind of victim or something. And it's like, I just don't buy that. You are the most powerful person in your universe, and a lot of people actually benefit from you having a higher level of consciousness. And I don't mean a spiritual consciousness, I mean real pragmatic understanding of the world around you and people within it, and that you can be a force for good. And you can give yourself a break, that you don't have to be perfect. I'm not at all, and there's some people who will tell you that, but I try really hard at great pain, without a lot of support in a lot of ways, and that's my own fault. I mean, I've removed myself so far from even some people who care about me. So anyway, good luck to you in this beginning part of 2021 in being powerful, being strong. You're not alone. We've all got our struggles, and we have to be forgiving of ourselves and others. I think a lot of getting over the past is forgiving your past self and forgiving people who have wronged you. And I'm certain there are some. There's lots of people in the world who will directly wrong you on purpose, and there's lots who just don't mesh with you or serve you well, or our expectations don't match up. So we have to break out of hating everybody for that reason if we're going to create a better and new world. Good luck to you.